and this is what I want you to listen for, there are 3 instances that literally talk about the word honesty in the first part of the reading. We got it up? Okay, great. All right. So it says what? Rarely have we seen a person fell who has thoroughly followed our path. And what is the path? Let's talk about it for a second. What is the path? It's complete honesty. Now, when I first got into recovery, and the first day I was sober, I never told another lie. That's a lie. Matter of fact, I wasn't real sure how to tell the truth. I remember the first position I held, don't know why in the world they would have given me this position, but the first position I ever held was I was treasurer of my group. And for some reason, I just felt like I deserved a commission on that. You know, and so, it all started off with, well, it's just a cup of coffee, right? I got some change. I'll put it back in. Then it's a dinner, then it's this, and then it's this. You see, when we start lying to ourselves, we'll find ourselves in positions that we never wanted to be. So when I first came in, I was not thoroughly following the path that was being put in front of me. But I was on a path. And that's okay. If that's where you're at when you start, that's okay. As long as 6 months down the road, you ain't still in the same place. Right? But it goes on to say, those who do not recover, so there are those who won't recover, are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually they're men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. Remember that word, constitutionally. That's the first one. They're such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands what? Rigorous honesty. Don't forget that one. Their chances are less than average. There are those who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders. Let me tell you something right here. What is that grave mental disorder? You don't know what it is? I lie so much that I start believing my own lies. That mentally I have lied so much that I start living in my world. Not in God's world or any reality at all. And so when I started to realize, because I thought, oh, they're just crazy. No, the mental disorder is what? They can't be honest with themselves. All of a sudden it put a little bit different look to it for me. Then it goes on and it says, their chances are what? Less than average. There are those two who grave emotional and mental disorder, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to. Hold on to that word, capacity. Because based on that, it's saying some folk ain't going to get it. Right? Is that the way you read it? That's the way I read it. But it says, at some of these we balked. I ain't buying that. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. What is the easier, softer way? It's not being honest. Man, I'm embarrassed to say this. I remember I was down. I'd moved out of the house, and I'm living down in Florida, and I'm hanging out. I'm working for my uncle, and I'm thinking to myself, this is it, man. I was like 16. I'm never going to drink again. I'm done. It's caused me too many problems. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm talking to one of his employees that I'm going to start working with the next day, and he says, hey, man, I'm going to the bar. You do drink, right? You did it. Just came right out. Yes, I do. Let's go. And the whole time inside, I'm thinking, why did I do that? All I had to do was say no, right? I mean, come on. I know y'all have been there too, right? All I had to do was say no, but I didn't. And it turned out to be one of the most miserable experiences of my life and caused me a lot of other problems, especially when that same guy, I was driving his car down US 1 the wrong way, and I didn't ask to borrow the car. Y'all know what I mean, right? So, I mean, those are problems that caused me, it wasn't my drinking only that caused me the problem, it was my dishonesty. So when we begin to understand that when we're not honest, it causes us a lot of problems other than what we just think. You know, it's like, honestly, look at most of the problems you've been through, and I promise you it started with a lie. You've been using? Oh, no. Mm-mm. Looks like you've been a dope man. Nope. And we wonder why our families and other people in our lives don't believe us. With all earnestness at our command, that's what I was trying to do, we beg you to be fearless. Oh, you mean being honest means I got to be fearless? Remember what we talked about earlier? What? Fear comes when dishonesty comes. We lie because of fear in our life. And it says, with all earnestness at our command, we beg you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to old ideas, like I can lie my way through this. And the result was what? Nil, not any good until we let go absolutely. How honest are you willing to be? That's going to be the whole question tonight. How honest are you willing to be?